Greetings and salutations from Camp Creek. 2 years ago at the Board of Control meeting when the TSSAA instituted two new sports, one would be lacrosse and one would be unified girls flag football. Well, Greene County for the 2025 season would not have any sanctioned schools co-op or sponsor the initial sport. Fast forward to 2026, South Greene would take the reins. Come January, we learned that this school, along with Greenville and Chuckydoku, would co-op with the Rebels lacrosse team, would be the county's initial and inaugural Greene County lacrosse team, which would then vie for a state championship come May in the postseason for lacrosse. Well, tonight, one of those rings of the ladder is down. The first home lacrosse game in Greene County, the first sanctioned lacrosse game under TSSAA here on a picturesque Thursday evening for some high school boys lacrosse. We got you every step of the way, I guess you could say, every start, every history. I mean, this is such a big step in not only high school athletics, but certainly lacrosse as a whole in its footprint in Greene County. So we'll take a break. When we come back, and we'll have the opening face-off between South Greene and Science Hill. This is the Spotlight Game of the Week from Camp Creek in boys lacrosse on First Horizon Green Sports Zone.
Game in Greene County.
So why sit on the sidelines when you could be driving a brand new Chevrolet, GMC, or Cadillac from Bachman Bernard in Greenville? Choose from the Silverado, Sierra, Terrain, Acadia, Equinox, Trax, Trailblazer, or Blazer. And wrap yourself in elegance and style while driving a Cadillac, Lyric, or the best vehicle on the planet, the Cadillac Escalade. So don't stumble, bumble, and fumble your way with other dealers. If we don't have it, we'll get it. Make the short trip to Bachman Bernard Chevrolet GMC Cadillac in Greenville, where we will save you money. For over 30 years, Tommy's Plumbing has proudly served the Tri-Cities with a personal touch, because we're not just plumbers, we're family. From simple faucet repairs to full plumbing repiping, we have the experience and expertise to get the job done right. We also specialize in water heater and tankless water heater installations, helping you find the perfect solution for your home. Our technicians stand behind their work and always leave your space clean and spotless. Looking for a plumber who's fast, professional, and reliable? Call Tommy's Plumbing and let our family take care of yours.
Your project needs power. Williams Electric Supply has it all. Find us in Bristol, Greenville, Johnson City, and Kingsport. Our knowledgeable staff can help you with every wire, cable, switch, and electrical need. No one does electrical better. Williams Electric Supply. Your home needs lighting. Williams Electric Supply has it all. A showroom full of ideas for lighting your home for comfort. Find us in Bristol, Greenville, Johnson City, and Kingsport for unique lighting and every perfect light fixture. No one does lighting better. Williams Electric Supply.
Hello, good evening, and welcome back in. South Greene, Science Hill, game number 2 for both of these teams' seasons. Coming into tonight, South Greene dropping their season opener at West High School just a few weeks ago, February 25th. Science Hill had won their season opener against a Gibbs High School. Gibbs team also that'll be in South Greene's region coming up this year. Tyler Nichols, Matthew Palazzo saying hello and welcome from Camp Creek Elementary School. Tyler, a little nervous for today. A lot of history on the line here at the foot of the Bald Mountain Range, but my goodness, I'm excited for it as well, as Greene County has its initial sanctioned lacrosse game here to start off the 2026 season at home.
Yeah, it's like you said, it's a historic day. You don't get a lot of firsts in sports. I mean, there are just a limited amount of sports that are sanctioned within the state of Tennessee that Greene County doesn't have, so it's an awesome opportunity to be able to present this. It's awesome to be out here. You mentioned it whenever we first got out here. You love coming to Camp Creek. We did, I think, 2 middle school games out here, and it's just such a pleasant place. It's a good setup up here. It's not very packed, kind of wide open down here at the bottom of the mountain range. Yeah. Beautiful backdrop, nice weather. I mean, it was a beautiful 75 today, and it's just cooled off right now, and it feels good out here, and it's nice to be able to present such a historic day within Greene County sports.
Yeah, a day I'm sure which will be met with a lot of confusion, a lot of learning as we go, but hopefully with those at home we can learn right alongside. We do have our starting lineups. We'll start with the Science Hill Hilltoppers on defense from left to right in the back. It'll be Reed Brown, the senior. It will be Brady Lamb, the sophomore. Ronan Bishop, a junior. At midfield from left to right, it'll be Caleb Savalos, the junior. Andrew Lamb, the senior. William Deakins, the senior. And on attack tonight for the Hilltoppers, John Fillers, the freshman. In the middle, Parker Nelson, the senior. And on the right side, Zane Goring, the freshman. And for the South Greene Rebels, from left to right on defense, we'll go back row first. It will be Sean Rayon, the junior. We know him. Tyler Nichols, a tackle for the Checkadook football team. We'll also have Blake Bowers, the junior. And Mason Greer getting his first start of the season, the freshman for South Greene. At midfield from left to right, it will be Grayson Perez, the freshman. Colt Shull, the face-off man at midfield as well. And the long stick midi, that's Gideon Lewis, the freshman. And on attack today for South Greene High School, it will be Jackson Lewis, the senior, Ty Willenhoit, the sophomore, and the freshman Rourke Burrows on attack today for the Hilltoppers. Increase tonight, it will be number 26, Reed Brown, the senior. Increase for the South Greene lacrosse team making their first appearance at home on the season. It will be the goalkeeper, Tristan Tullock. Those are your starting lineups. Again, a picturesque evening for some lacrosse. Tyler Nichols, just the second year that the sport's been sanctioned by the TSSAA, but like we said, just a monumental day for Greene County as it plays host to the state's first, or I guess the county's first sanctioned boys lacrosse matchup. And not every day you get to see Science Hill and South Greene duke it out in an athletic event, but here we are. The classifications for lacrosse, pretty simple. Division I having just two, Big A and Small A. Your big school, your small school, like you do with so many other sports like your wrestlings and countless other sports throughout the TSSAA's history, but now you can add lacrosse to that list. South Greene in Region 1 Single A, the smaller classification of the two, and Science Hill reigning from Region 1 2A. We'll get into it as the game progresses, but I think a sport too, Tyler, in which so relatively new, the sizes of the regions not big yet, so plenty of opportunity for these teams to make it to a state tournament as well, playing in much smaller regions than, say, a basketball or a football. And certainly the region, if you finish top two, Tyler, punch your ticket to the state quarterfinals. So just ample opportunities, I think, and it starts here tonight, albeit a non-conference affair.
Yeah, it's crazy how it's an easier path than any other sport, maybe because it's new, maybe because you don't have a lot of sanctioned teams, but you mentioned it to me at the station earlier today that all you got to do is finish top two in your conference in the regular season, and you make it to the state tournament, which seems easy enough. Just finish top two, which like I said, seems easy enough, but it's pretty hard to do because when you're a new school like this, facing teams that have already had this kind of background and had a year under their belt before, it's a little tougher being a small school like South Greene. Don't know what to expect tonight. I don't know the game of lacrosse very well, but you always are forced to learn whenever you have new sports presented and sanctioned within the schools that you cover. So I'm excited. I'm nervous. Not scared. Eager to get it started. Don't really know. Running a scoreboard and production over here for a sport that you don't know a lot about, it's going to be a little nerve-wracking, leaning forward to look at the clock every now and then to make sure it stopped. But you see a historic moment right now at midfield right now. Just incredible that we're able to present you lacrosse within Greene County, something I never thought we'd say.
You see the two goalkeepers, Tullock for South Greene and Brown for Science Hill, go do the opening shake in the center circle. My goodness, I'm ready to get things going here from Camp Creek. But simple enough, quarter-wise, we'll have 4 12-minute quarters at halftime, like a regular football game, really, which would span probably around 10 minutes, depending on the clock keepers and their situation here. But 10-minute halftime, but just about ready to get going here from Camp Creek. The face-off man for the South Greene Rebels, slated as Colt Shull. I don't believe that's Shull out there on the face-off dot. Another thing is the numbers. And you read on those numbers, too. We'll try
Such
to
a
get a
historic
best
moment.
read as possible. Here we go. Opening face-off in Greene County lacrosse home history. And we're underway from Camp Creek. The face-off man, which was Rourke Burrows at the center dot, the freshman having lost it there to Science Hill. Taking it the other way for Science Hill. It's Andrew Lambs, the senior, into the attacking third. Good stick there, increased there by Tulloch. Swats it away. And we will have an exchange. South Greene will now have it as they will approach midfield, take it with the long stick, as that is Gideon Lewis. That long stick midfield that you'll see have that pole about a foot longer than all the other poles on the field, Tyler.
So what's the reason for that? Why are you able to have a pole longer than the others?
No, it's a defensive advantage. I know in the college game, I
Okay.
think you've got 3 or perhaps 2, but you can only have a certain amount on one side of the field at a time. Now, as far as specifics, I just know that it benefits the defender.
I mean,
you
I'm
get that added reach as a defender reaching in on opposing attackers.
I'm a baseball fan, and I know that you have to have your bats within certain inches. So I wasn't sure why in lacrosse that you were able to do that, but interesting note.
Science Hill lost it right before they got past midfield, but picking it up again and taking it past the restraining line there is going to be Andrew Lamb. A shot off to the right. Tulloch stops it up just right of the cage, and will scoop it up. 10:45 to go. Opening quarter still scoreless between South Greene and Science Hill. So Science Hill team that scored 13 goals in their season opener. A win for the Hilltoppers over Gibbs High School. And Science Hill will keep it in the attacking third. They'll bring it in from the opposite wing. Head full of steam for their attackman. Driving in, a bouncer, and that one is unassisted. A goal that will open up the scoring here tonight. That was an excellent shot there from extended range by William Deakins, the senior, to start the scoring off here tonight. 1-0 Science Hill. A great shot there by Deakins to lift the lid here tonight. And South Greene will trail with 10:20 to go. Still scoreless early on. Back to the face-off dot we go. Back will return Rourke Burrows for South Greene. The second face-off of the day, won by Science Hill. On defense here, Rourke Burrows, the freshman, slides back for South Greene. Tyler talking to Coach Wallace beforehand, a South Greene team, while really in name only, just one South Greene Rebel high school student on the team this year, and he was injured entering tonight's matchup, but the rest of the game filled up with Greenville and Chuckey Oak high school students, as those two other schools are also in the co-op with the South Greene lacrosse team.
It's weird to have a team named South Greene but not have any South Greene students, but
Blake Rose spinning just past the restraining line. It does get batted off the stick and picked up by Science Hill. Near side working it down now, and a skip pass back up top. Center field. Opposite way now, driving back in, I believe, once again, the shot that goes awry by Parker Nelson there, the senior on attack. And Science Hill will throw it in. Oh, excellent feed and in close. Surviving a scare there as Luis Galvan Vasquez was off the mark with a point-blank shot. It's kicked around immediately after. Science Hill looks to get it back, looking to rake it off the ground. It's poked at by the long stick from South Greene in Gideon Lewis. Lewis lost it, a bounce shot that goes wide left of the cage and dribbles out all the way towards the goalpost right side of the field. Increase today for South Greene. Tristan Tulloch, a couple times already where he's been able to stop the ball up, and a couple of saves already to his name in the game's first 4 minutes of play. Science Hill methodically will work it around as they spin it around the world. So 3 up top as Science Hill looks to penetrate, and a whistle will send us the other way. Perhaps an illegal pick there. And that's another thing too, Tyler. I think the one thing that we'll have to get used to the most, just the different calls.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with any of it, so it'll all be new to me.
That's a great stick there. Ellenberg stripped from behind.
You're a little familiar with lacrosse, right?
Familiar, but I mean, I feel like it's one of those games.
Familiar,
where
but not as knowledgeable.
Yeah, just years of just experience to kind of get with. I tell you, who's really familiar with it, Jim Miller.
Hey.
Radio Greenville correspondent. Saw him earlier today. I believe his son plays on the South Greene Lacrosse team, but that's one guy, too, that's just like an expert that can just help you out. It's a shame we don't have a Jimmy Bowman here for lacrosse purposes. Someone who has played. And the ones I do know, well, they're on the opposing sideline. They're coaching for South Greene, so there you have it. We're as good as you're going to get tonight, Tyler. Science Hill with it, advancing. Nice hit there coming in late for South Greene and Ty Wilhoit. Nearly got it back for the Rebels, but scooping it up off the turf will be Savalos. A shot fake from extended range, about shot in close. Stopped by Tulloch. It's an excellent save and crease there by the Rebels as Tulloch is able to stop it up and limit the damage. Still 1-0 ball game with 7:15 to go in the opening period.
So, Matthew, I'm curious. You know a little bit more about it than I do. I know a small bit more about hockey than I do lacrosse. Sure. I know that if you're a goalie, you can catch it with your mitt and then drop it right back on the ice, or if you catch it, it's a shootout. If you're a goalie in lacrosse, how can you stop it?
So you can stop it on the ground. You can have it covered for as many as 4 seconds, but after that, it's a change of possession. So if you have it on the ground for more than 4 seconds, you'll give up your own possessions. That essential turnover here. We've got a breakaway for South Greene, and oh, man, no whistle on that one as Ty Wilhoit was tripped up from behind. A flag flies in late, and we might be looking at our first extra man opportunity of the day. Wilhoit slow to get up here, and he will eventually pop up under his own power, but he had a lot of green grass in front of him. The sophomore streaking free. Might have had South Greene's first home goal of the season had he not been fouled, and so believe we will see a man-up play here, of the power play essentially for those hockey fans.
Okay.
And I believe as Science Hill rather sends 2 off.
I'm now noticing that the goalies have a wider net on the end of their stick.
Yes.
Theirs looks like a tennis racket.
Yeah, so here we go. 6-on-5 benefiting the South Greene Rebels here as they'll look for their first points of the match. Perez has it, poked free. It's up in the air and picked up off the turf by the attackman, Jackson Lewis. The senior works his way around in close. You're going to try a shot, and it's off to the left. It hits those green nets behind the cage quite some ways, but it protects the houses and the cars right behind the playing field from any unwarranted crosses of lacrosse property. Lewis has it near side, working it around, still looking for a way in. In close, the shot off by Wilhoit, stopped up by the keeper in Reed Brown. It's on the turf near side, picked up by Science Hill. Good check there that knocks the ball free. An excellent physical play, but it is called a cross-check, and a foul is called. Near side, Science Hill has it. It'll be an extra man opportunity on the next stoppage. Science Hill in close, lost it. Picking it up is South Greene, and with that change, we'll go pick up the other 2 flags on the other side of the field.
Also, something we haven't mentioned while they're on our screen right now, officials.
Yeah.
Do these officials, are they normal officials? Do they have separate officials for lacrosse like you do for soccer? Like, I'm interested in that regard.
I was thinking about that beforehand, too, because it is a specialized sport, right?
Yeah.
Just like your soccer, just like your wrestling, really. and you've got those crews. And you hear all the time about basketball officials being understaffed going into, postseason play when you got a lot of games going on. Not too many lacrosse games going on here across the state, just 4 regions. But I had given it some thought earlier this afternoon as well. Shot off to the left of the cage. South Greene will have possession of it, trailing by 1 with 5:10 to go in the first quarter. Set to bring it in for South Greene, Sean Rayon. Big fan of Sean. Played tackle for the Chuggadoke football team this season, so you got that crossover there, that physicality for Rayon, who's a midfielder for this Rebel lacrosse team. All the way around at the X position now with the ball, and back out top for Science Hill. It goes to Ceballos. Nice dodge to the right now, drifting off to the wings. Near side, gets it back again behind the cage. A good feed, but it was knocked free by Tulloch. Ball still clattering around, eventually picked up by Science Hill in the end. Rayon giving chase there on defense, and a pass. A good look at it, but just skied a bit too high and out of bounds. South Greene with the defensive stand, and they will have possession after Colemanheimer, the junior. Good stick on that one. Oh.
We do have a scoring update from Rutledge in the Region 1 3A championship game. Tennessee High leading Greenville 16-3 after 1.
Wow.
So not what you want if you're a Green Devil.
Big update.
A lot of history between those two.
And in close, the goal for Science Hill. 2-0. They'll take the lead.
The topper goal, number 33.
The goal by number 33, Ronan Bishop, defender all the way up into the attacking third. So a goal by Deacons to get it started, and a goal by Bishop there will lift Science Hill to a 2-0 lead. Really, we got a
correction.
Yeah, correction already. Is Zane Goring, the freshman, with an early goal. So that'll be the second goal of the game for Science Hill. Back to the face-off dot will go. Once again for South Greene. Rourke Burrows. Off the wings, coming to scoop it up for South Greene. It is Chris Bible, the junior. Science Hill will possess it. Just under 4 to go. 2/3 of the way through our opening period. Science Hill leading 2-0. Right in front of our location from left to right. Brady Lamb will take it into the attacking third, and close, wrapping around the crease inside. That's another goal. Great shot, great skill by the attackman of Science Hill. Maybe the second goal of the day there.
Goal, number 39.
By Zane Goring. So 3-0. Science Hill takes a lead.
Excuse me.
I knew it was 18. Knew it was 18.
See, Matthew's
it's
got the good
Nelson. Parker Nelson with his first goal.
The PA guys knew too.
Of the game. There's a lot of nerves everywhere, Tyler.
Yeah.
A lot of newness on both sides.
Everything that's new is not going to go very smooth.
Well, it's just a big learning curve all the way around. Science Hill possesses it into the attacking third, and they'll get it down. South Greene has not possessed it for a large part of this game, as they've had their backs against the wall for most of this first quarter. 3:10 to go. They trail by 3. Center field drifting right as Science Hill will look to set up the play. Moving in here, it's Lamb. Lamb fakes the shot, dodges right. Nice low to high finish. Top shelf, and my eyes, unless they deceive me, that is Andrew Lamb for Science Hill, who takes a 4-0 lead over the South Greene Rebels. Excellent move there by Lamb.
3 goals in a minute, 15 seconds.
So at the 2:54 mark, we head back to the center circle. South Greene now trails by 4. And Science Hill continues their dominance at the face-off spot. And a couple of whistles will blow it dead before we get developed. We'll head back the other way. South Greene will have it a violation at the face-off circle, and the Rebels will have the ball. Long stick, it's easy to see. Gideon Lewis, the freshman, with it. Passes it up court, moving it into the attacking third will be Jackson Lewis. Lewis attracts 3 defenders, moves it off to the left. Grayson Perez had it stripped loose, and Lewis got it once more. The long stick midi, Gideon Lewis. Far side, double teamed, has it poked free. Science Hill will slow it up. They do have even numbers in the front field, and good look at it in close, but a pass that was outside the intended stick of Science Hill's Zane Goring. Goring, pass center field.
Matthew, what's the
Lamb.
penalty if you touch it with your hands?
Just the same as a handball in soccer, just a change of possession.
Okay, got you.
Nice shot and a
save.
save there. Increase for South Greene. Tristan Tulloch with arguably his toughest task of the day, and a save that keeps the deficit at 4. Science Hill will get it back, though, on the fumbled exchange by the Rebel defenseman. There's Rayon with it. He's called for a push. That's got to bring some frustration, knowing, hey, I'm used to pushing guys around on the offensive line, and that's going to warrant the whistle. Still a 4-0 Science Hill lead. 1:15 remains in the first quarter of tonight's ball game. Extended range, working in with Savalos there. They just had it pop free out of his stick. South Greene now with it. Couple subs come in for Science Hill. And the ball, which exits out of bounds, will stay with the Toppers, who lead by 4. Seconds winding down here, period number 1. Nice cool evening here at Camp Creek Elementary School. Nice maneuvering around, a great save by Tulloch there. Once again, limits the damage, keeps it at 4, and a rocket pass
nice.
upfield.
Nice.
Off the turf for Lewis. Lewis, good space in front, in close, point blank, and a great save there by Science Hill. Lewis nearly got it back. It's some extracurricular after the fact. But what a save in close there by Science Hill. And Reed Brown, the senior goalkeeper, nobody between Lewis and the crease. But an excellent stop to keep South Greene's total at 0. Now 15 seconds to go as Science Hill will look to advance it before the quarter's end. Thomas for Science Hill. Upfield at the X as they run the play in close, and an excellent goal for Science Hill will give them a 5-0 lead.
Buzzer beater.
Yep, to beat the horn of the first quarter.
Another Topper goal.
I'm going to say Parker Nelson there on the goal. We'll confirm in between the quarter, but at the end of one, our score, Science Hill 5, South Greene 0. You're listening to the Spotlight Game of the Week on First Horizon Green Sports Zone.
project needs power, Williams Electric Supply has it all. Find us in Bristol, Greenville, Johnson City, and Kingsport. Our knowledgeable staff can help you with every wire, cable, switch, and electrical need. No one does electrical better. Williams Electric Supply. Your home needs lighting. Williams Electric Supply has it all. A showroom full of ideas for lighting your home for comfort. Find us in Bristol, Greenville, Johnson City, and Kingsport for unique lighting and every perfect light fixture. No one does lighting better. Williams Electric Supply.
For over 30 years, Tommy's Plumbing has proudly served the Tri-Cities with a personal touch because we're not just plumbers, we're family. From simple faucet repairs to full plumbing repiping, we have the experience and expertise to get the job done right. We also specialize in water heater and tankless water heater installations, helping you find the perfect solution for your home. Our technicians stand behind their work and always leave your space clean and spotless. Looking for a plumber who's fast, professional, and reliable? Call Tommy's Plumbing and let our family take care of yours.
And once again, we welcome you back here from Camp Creek. Science Hill takes a 5-0 lead over South Greene, the game's first period of action. Pretty fast-paced back and forth. South Greene forced on the defensive end for a large part of it. Really just one quality look on goal there near the end of the quarter with Ty Wilhoit's chance early on, and then I think you had Jackson Lewis spring free there late in the quarter. But South Greene 0 for 2 on those two really big chances. Science Hill really got it moving there in that span. Tyler, where you told me they had 3 goals in the span of about a minute and a half, and that's really what catapulted them to this early lead. They get 2 goals from Parker Nelson, a goal from William Deakins, a goal from Andrew Lamb, and 1 from Zane Goring to take this 5-0 lead. Hey, first quarter of action under the belt here as we get underway as host for this second-year sport in the TSSAA. Had some wild fun there in that opening period.
Absolutely, and South Greene, you're seeing some flashes of what could be also. You saw a great run down the left side right here, and they've been on the attack a few times in this quarter. So you look to see if they can get something together right here and see if they can score a goal on their own pitch for the first time.
So we will swap sides here at the start of the second quarter. We'll go back to the face-off dot as the two battle back and forth, and Science Hill nearly comes away with the possession. They have won every face-off except for the last one we had before this one, but a violation wiped it off the board. They'll have another win here and advance it across into the attacking third. With it for Science Hill. That didn't take long. Andrew Lamb, second goal of the day for him.
8, Andrew Lamb.
And Science Hill takes a 6-0 lead. Half the goals needed, I believe, to reach the mercy rule total, in which the clock would continuously run here in this one. But wasting no time, 15 seconds in, as Science Hill takes a 6-0 lead. Still a South Greene team, new to the sport relatively, and Coach Wallace told me beforehand, this is a Science Hill program has been around for a large part of a decade, and although that we've had club lacrosse and the Pioneer lacrosse team in Greenville for some years now, still in Greene County, relatively new. They didn't get their jerseys until today, even though they had already played a game this season. The South Greene team, a lot of gelling that still needs to get underway as well, especially that snow that really pushed practice back for so many, especially being an outside spring sport. Really just these 2 weeks have you had time to get outside and really try to gel together in the first place.
Goodness, I didn't even realize that. Your season starts the 1st of March, and you're still practicing in the winter.
Yeah.
Soccer's the same way, though. We used to do that all the time, workouts outside during the winter. So
here's Savalos at the X now, and a give and go. It's mishandled and picked right back up by Science Hill. Good defense so far here in this first half by Gideon Lewis. Good dodging close, low to low, hits the pipe, and it's scooped up by Tulloch. So Rebels survive a scare there, and we'll get it back across the other end of the field. Jackson Lewis, you want to call it a front court so bad. It's just these habits we've built throughout the last couple of months, but finally forced outside here in early March. Lewis has it, snuck away from a Science Hill defender. Nice spin, far side, working in, and a wraparound shot. It is deflected and blocked. by the goalkeeper, Reed Brown increase. Excellent save there as Lewis had his second good look at it. Just couldn't convert it to points. South Greene looking for their first of the evening. 10-10 to go, quarter number 2. They trail by 6. A whistle on the near sideline, and it will be a change in possession as they blow the whistle on South Greene's Colt Schultz.
Sounds so weird to say.
Good run here for Science Hill as Cevallos dumps it off to the right. Science Hill sets up shop offensively. Even strength across. Science Hill after the clear. Inside. Nice backdoor pass there by the Toppers. But couldn't catch it in the air was Parker Nelson. He'll get it back though. And Science Hill will retain possession. An errant pass and out of the back of the goal line it goes. Science Hill now with it. Or excuse me, South Greene possesses it. Rayon to the keeper in Tulloch. A pass just in front of midfield, but just overhead of the long stick Midian Gideon Lewis. Still on the turf, eventually scooped up by Chris Bible at midfield. Bible working his way in. A hard check sends him to the turf. Pops the ball out of the stick, and eventually it is picked up by Science Hill. Increase for Science Hill. Brown will skip it up and a good run with it. Past midfield will go William Deacons. Higgins a shot, high to low. And it's Andrew Lamb with a hat trick. Third goal of the day to push the Science Hill lead to 7. Science Hill with 8:25 to go here in this first half, extending its lead. Second goal of the frame. We'll go back to the face-off dot. We will see a change-up at the face-off man for South Greene. Grayson Perez will take this one for the Rebels. But still the Science Hill dominance displayed. Their face-off guy, he's been pretty deadly here today. I think they even tried out a new one there in Lachlan Walls, in which they did. Rayon going to pick it up near side with the long pole, and a whistle blows before Rayon can get going. A timeout. South Greene will take the break, return after its conclusion. With 8:09 to go in the first half, your score, South Greene 0, Science Hill 7.
At Heritage Community Bank, we offer local banking with local decisions. Stop by any of our 3 convenient locations and see how Heritage Community Bank can serve your needs. We're here to stay. We're not for sale. We're not merging. We're local, and we intend to stay that way. From small business banking to personalized checking accounts with online and mobile capabilities, Heritage Community Bank can take care of all your banking needs. Visit us online at hcbonline.us, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
At many dealerships, you get what you'd expect. Games, gimmicks, and shady sales tactics. At Gateway Nissan in Greenville, expect the unexpected. Low prices, convenient service, and a great buying experience.
Get our Gateway exclusive lifetime powertrain warranty.
No worries for life.
You deserve the unexpected. It's the #1 reason you gotta get to Gateway.
Shop online at gatewaynissangreenville.com.
Or take the super short drive down Highway 11E to Gateway Nissan in Greenville.
So why sit on the sidelines when you could be driving a brand new Chevrolet, GMC, or Cadillac from Bachman Bernard in Greenville? Choose from the Silverado, Sierra, Terrain, Acadia, Equinox, Trax, Trailblazer, or Blazer. And wrap yourself in elegance and style while driving a Cadillac, Lyric, or the best vehicle on the planet, the Cadillac Escalade. So don't stumble, bumble, and fumble your way with other dealers. If we don't have it, we'll get it. Make the short trip to Bachman Bernard Chevrolet GMC Cadillac in Greenville, where we will save you money.
With 8:09 to go in the first half, we welcome you back out of the South Greene timeout. 2 per half for these two sides, and South Greene expends the first of the first 2 quarters of play. Toppers have built this 7-0 lead, 2 goals and a hat trick in this quarter by Andrew Lamb has built this Topper lead to where it now sits at 7. South Greene, a couple good looks at it, 2 by Lewis, and you had 1 early on by Wilhoit. But other than that, Science Hill has controlled the possession battle, if you will. They've controlled it in their attacking third for nearly this entire matchup, although South Greene here as of late has been progressing it a little bit better. They'll swing one upfield, intended for Colt Shull, and it's picked up off the turf by Science Hill. They'll take it quickly into the attacking third. Low-to-low shot, skips wide left of the cage as Tellick will chase after it after the missed shot. Possession awarded to South Greene. Greenville in action tonight, the Regional 1-3 championship game on the boys' side, but tomorrow we'll have one break before Saturday. We'll have a couple of sectional games coming at you on these on our radio Greenville stations, a North Greene sectional and a Greenville sectional in the girls' basketball action. Boys' sectional will come on Monday. Devils will be a part of it despite just those 3 first-quarter points here tonight. Running to his right, a low-to-high shot is off the mark by Andrew Lamb. It's Science Hill closest to it. They'll hold on to it. Lacrosse field, too, Tyler. 110 yards across lengthwise, so from the back goal line to the other goal line, essentially.
Back of the end zone to the goal line?
Back of the end zone to the goal line, essentially. And then you have 60 yards of width, so a little bit wider. A little bit wider than your traditional football field. Just so much space to go out and roam for 10 players and really just 9, excluding the goalie, to just have free roam. And you've seen Science Hill take every advantage of every blade of grass, it seems, here tonight. Lewis has it knocked free. It's picked up by Science Hill. Deacons, a shot, and Tellick will chase it down and scoop it off the grass. The pass near midfield. It is caught by South Greene and Grayson Perez. Perez over left side to Wilhoit. Stalked from behind, nearly had it poked away. And a pass eventually that falls flat as Wilhoit looks to get it back. 7-0, the deficit for South Greene. Wilhoit has it checked out of the stick, and possession given to the Science Hill Hilltoppers. Right in front of our location from right to left as they'll advance it. Lamb, the sophomore, center field. Good job there by Rayon with the deflection on the shot in close there by Parker Nelson. The ball at X as Science Hill moves it around and they get some points out of it. It's John Eilers, the freshman, with his first goal of the night, and Science Hill leads it 8-0.
John Lewis Eilers.
So Science Hill will take an 8-goal lead over South Greene. Rebels still looking for their first points. They've given up 3 here in the second quarter. Still with 5:47 to go until the half's end. And the Rebels are going to trot another face-off guy out there. Science Hill has won or been called for a violation on every one of those face-offs so far here this evening. Well, back goes Rourke Burrows. He had the game's opening few face-offs. Or took them, rather, for the Rebels. And a violation this time against South Greene. So holding called. And so Science Hill will have it. They have controlled this possession throughout the first half.
So, Matthew, what's the official counting for?
It might have been I'm not exactly sure.
I wasn't sure.
4 words. I don't know.
I don't know. The movements he was making was like you're counting a 5-second call in basketball.
Yeah, like a shot clock even.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure if anything, maybe the amount of players on one side of the field. No, you've got those restraints. So if I had to guess, it'd probably be that. But
Okay.
no clear answer for you, Tyler. And no clear answer for this Science Hill offense either. I believe that's going to be Andrew Lamb for his fourth goal of the day. Had to Hattie last time around, and tax number 4 there to put Science Hill ahead 9-0. We had this discussion when we covered bowling, Tyler. We talked about the turkey and the ham bone and the different levels to it. So hat trick, I think it's pretty easily defined. Everybody knows that that's a 3-goal game. But what is a 6-goal game called?
That's a good question. A 6-goal game?
6-goal game.
So we're skipping 4 and 5.
Yeah.
6. I'm not sure.
A sock trick.
A sock trick, nice.
Or a double hattie.
I like double
hattie.
hattie.
What region you're in.
Double hattie sounds cool. Sock trick. Yeah, you don't forget that.
South Greene center field with it. Looking to possess this thing for probably their longest of the day. Have not held on to it for a large portion of this one. Lewis stands with it. Drifting to his left. Far side. He'll take the run in. Track some attention. Dump it out down low on the goal line. And Ty Wilhoit sees it, exits his stick, and possession will change back to the Toppers. 9-0 with 4:09 to go in the first quarter. Across midfield, taking it is Ronan Bishop. Bishop, a bouncer, and it is knocked up by Rayon. Got to let the kids play here, Tyler. Rayon. Someone told me it was a little bit more like football, I guess.
Yeah, there is a lot of contact in it. Do you wear pads? I've not really looked close.
You do wear shoulder pads. They're a little bit smaller than, obviously, your football shoulder pads. But also, I mean, those sticks, man, they hurt when you're hit by those things. It's such.
Is there like such rule as like a high stick in hockey?
Yes, yeah. I don't think you can hit someone in the back of the head.
No, not like that. I was just thinking like
the helmet too.
Whack somebody in the back while you're running by them or something.
Yeah, and again, I mean, these are some things that we'll have to learn too, right? As media members that cover these sports in Greene County.
That's why you take the lead.
Only to know what the referee is calling and gesturing. South Greene across midfield. They'll take a timeout, look to set it up, with just a few moments to go in this first half. With 2:57 left to go in the second quarter, we'll take the break. Our score remains Science Hill 9, South Greene 0. This is the Spotlight Game of the Week.
Marathon Quick Stop Markets, you'll find a company that realizes that our customers are our biggest assets. We are a locally owned company, proud to serve our community. So we do everything with you in mind. We clean and sanitize our stores, provide a well-lit, monitored area to keep you and your family safe. You can always expect a friendly staff and a large selection of products with weekly specials. Stop in at a nearby Marathon Quick Stop Market today.
Hello and welcome back from Camp Creek, and starting to expect, Tyler, as the sun goes, the sun's been down, but temperatures continue to plummet here. Expecting the coyote to just creep up behind us. Our backs to this field
really.
Here. I mean, it is a picturesque
Never thought
night.
of that.
I mean, you picture any perfect evening you've ever spent out in Camp Creek. I mean, the wind blowing right at our face, temperature starting to drop, and kind of reminding you of the month that you just left. But otherwise, what a perfect evening as we welcome in this new sanctioned sport to Greene County.
I'm getting like I guess it's just because we're at Camp Creek. I'm getting football vibes.
Oh, yeah.
But
third time here this year. First two were for those 2 football games.
But normally during football season, it's a little warmer outside when the sun goes down.
Yeah, it's probably still out, too, by this time in football season.
Yeah,
Maybe
definitely.
just starting to fully eclipse.
Feels like baseball weather out here now.
7:45 evening hours. These lacrosse games actually starting a lot later than we expected as well. 7 o'clock first face-off today.
Face-off, I love that. Not first pitch, not tip-off, face-off.
Yeah, opening whistle back at 7 o'clock, so a lot later. Some baseball teams, depending on, I guess, where you go, some have JV first, some have JV second, but you got some baseball games also starting ahead to that later start time as well. You don't have opening pitch for some until 7 o'clock as well.
And
Thursday
I
night.
hate those. Hey, how about Greenville tonight?
Big win over Grace Christian Academy.
8-6.
Get their second win of the year. Lewis, the shot low to low, and it skips out to the left.
Going back to Greenville, Tegan Begley, Will Harmon, and Sam Thompson all combining for a dozen strikeouts. It's pretty good when you get a dozen strikeouts.
That's a pretty good Johnny Holstaff day when you can combine for 12 Ks.
Out of 21 outs.
Yeah.
Pretty good when the bat's not getting to the ball.
Shull with a pass that's picked up off the turf by Science Hill's Corey Thomas. Thomas will look to advance. This is a Science Hill team as well, dealing with some injuries this week. A couple of scratches to the lineup, so they're not playing with their whole crew either. And a team still when it's wow, what a check
Got a flag
there.
come out on that
Second hit delivered on Ty Wilhoit that has left him slow getting up. But like a warrior, he'll pick himself back up and head to his attacking position. But my goodness, that is the second lick he's taken today where he just can't help but wince at it. So another extra man opportunity here for South Greene, their second of the day. You remember the first one, they had a good look inside with Lewis. We'll see if they get their first points of the day here.
Matthew, pardon me for asking. Are they called flags? Are they called penalties?
Call them penalties, call them offenses.
Offenses?
Call them penalties.
Okay. Offenses.
Violations in some regard with your face-off violation. And then you've got holding like regular, cross-check penalty. Near takeaway here. No, a sure takeaway here. Wilhoit has it. Good stick from behind, knocked it loose. And Wilhoit will chase over near side to pick it back up. My goodness. How about those hits that he's taken to still be out and taking those licks? Shows the type of player that Ty Wilhoit is. 1:10 to go, quarter number 2. South Greene looking for his first points of the game. Moving in, Chris Bible. Bible lost it. It's kicked around a bit, pinballing between a few players' feet. Lewis had it trapped for a moment. And possession will stay with South Greene. Bible will pick it up far side. Just 50 seconds to go until the halftime horn. Goal line extended. Far side for South Greene. It's Ty Wilhoit. In will drive Lewis. Lewis.
Oh, nice.
Nearly found the top shelf, but it caroms out. Excellent save there by the Science Hill keeper.
It must be incredibly hard to be a keeper in lacrosse.
I think it's one of those hardest sports.
Yeah,
one of
really.
those hardest positions in a sport as well. You talk about keeper and those balls flying in it.
And you've got to stop it with just the stick
hour.
and the net you have. That's it. And your body, obviously. Like hockey, you're.
Oh, good steal there.
Trying to
Science
make a
Hill
push
taking
here.
it. Couple of seconds to
Gotta
go.
take a
They'll
shot.
get one shot, a bouncer, and it's scooped up by Tulloch. And we have played 1.5 of play here in a historic game at Camp Creek. We'll take the break. Coming up at halftime and walk you through that first half as well as our first half score. South Greene still looking to grace the scoreboard for the first time tonight. Our score at the break here at the half, it's Science Hill 9, South Greene 0. Halftime report comes your way right after this. You're listening to the Spotlight Game of the Week on First Horizon, Green Sports Zone.
In Greenville, we blend beauty with Southern charm.
From sharp cuts to flawless color and perfect extensions, we make dream hair real.
As milkshake experts, we deliver exclusive treatments, glosses, and pro product advice. Finish your look with nails and waxing done with care.
Relax and recharge with our signature Japanese head spa.
Come experience the Main Brand difference. At the Main Brand Hair Company,
we wrangle your tangles!
At Food City, we make it easy for you to shop your way. Order online and pick it up curbside. Or have it delivered straight to your door with Instacart or DoorDash. Nobody does food like Food City. And now get it straight from our doors to yours.
Value every day, Food City.
Whether you ride, haul, or work, CNC has what moves you from dirt roads to job sites. We've got the gear to get you there. Hard-working equipment, helpful people, and honest advice. Whether you haul tools, toys, or livestock, CNC Custom Trailers has the equipment you need and the upgrades you want. CNC Custom Trailers, where you're more than just a customer, you're a neighbor.
Hello, welcome back in here at the halftime break where Science Hill leads South Greene 9-0. First official TSSAA sanctioned lacrosse game here in Greene County here at Camp Creek Elementary School. 9-0, Science Hill with the lead. As we take you through our events of the first half, Tyler, pull up the play-by-play that you have. I'll read off the goal scores for Science Hill in those first 2 quarters of action. But through 2 quarters, you've got John Eilers with a goal. Andrew Lamb, a 4-goal half for the Science Hill lead. You had a goal from William Deakins, 2 goals from Parker Nelson. You had goal also from Zane Goring for Science Hill's total of 9. Tyler Nichols, walk us through how those events transpired and what times those goals were had as Science Hill jumped out to this early lead.
Science Hill started early. They had one with 10-20 into the first, and it's always what you want to do in a sport is you want to start out hot, and they did, but kind of went a little cold. They didn't score again until 4:09 left in the first quarter, Zane Goring. And then starting with that second goal, they scored 3 goals within a minute 15 seconds. And that's pretty deflating. It's the same in soccer. It's the same in baseball. You go into the 4th inning, and it could be a 1-run game. But whenever you allow that much in an inning or within a few minutes like that, it's very deflating. Zane Goring started with one at 4:09. And then you had Parker Nelson, who scored one at 3:42 just 27 seconds later. And then with 2:54 left, Andrew Lamb had, I believe, his first of 3 that he would score. And then Nelson gets one with no time on the clock, actually. It was actually a buzzer beater. He scored, and there was nothing left on the clock into the first. Science Hill's up 1-0. And then 15 seconds into the second quarter, Adam Lamb, second goal. And then third goal for Lamb with 8:25 left in the second. And then John Ehlers gets a part of the scoring party with 5:47 left to go. And then Andrew Lamb with his 4th goal to put Science Hill up 9-0 with 5:06. And then South Greene holds them scoreless for the last 5 minutes. So it comes in spurts because you had 3 goals within a minute 15 seconds. And then you had a long time you had 2 goals right there, the 8th and the 9th goals within 41 seconds of each other. So if you take out those goals, you've got a minute and 15 and then 41 seconds right there. So, I mean, you've got a 1 minute and 56 second period where you saw 5 goals get scored. Outside of that and the rest of the 22 minutes, It's a 4-0 ball game, so South Greene's done fine. Scoreboard doesn't reflect that, it being 9-0, but South Greene's done a good job here in their first sanctioned home game.
I think they've also had some pretty good performances. I mean, the two attackmen that I've been most impressed with, Ty Wilhoit, Jackson Lewis, I mean, they have had their fair share of chances. Wilhoit has been bruised and battered so far here tonight. Lewis has had the most shots on goal for South Greene, and maybe even the only shots on goal. I'm not sure if you would consider that Ty Wilhoit one on goal or not, but you've had a couple other excellent performances. Gideon Lewis has had his moments, as well as Tristan Tulloch in crease. And like you said, Tyler, part of the reason why it was so close for a large part of that first quarter up until that scoring barrage for Science Hill was a couple of incredible saves by Tristan Tulloch, and still to only be down by 9 at halftime with the amount, the time of possession that Science Hill has enjoyed. That just speaks to Tulloch and his job well done in that first half. And trust me, it's pretty difficult going against a team that's just firing shots left and right. But for Tulloch to only limit the damage to 9.5, you got to tip your hat to him in that first half.
Absolutely, and we mentioned it. This is the first full lacrosse game that I've watched in probably 20 years. Now, little fun fact, young Tyler, about 6 or 7 years old, flipped on ESPN one day, and they had lacrosse on one time.
Yeah.
So I watched, I think, John Hopkins and Duke play. Weird memory, but I remember that. And I watched a little bit of it then. That's how I'm a little familiar with it. Don't know the rules, don't know anything like that. But, yeah, just watching this short sample, I feel like being a lacrosse goalie has to be one of the hardest things in sports. Like, you talk about what's the hardest thing to do in sports. Like Chad Ochocinco says, it's hitting a baseball. Playing goalie in lacrosse has to be up on that list just because it's insane the velocity that those balls are thrown at you, and all you have to do is stop it with the stick in the net and your body, which obviously hurts when you get hit by that ball.
Well, Tyler, half down, and we'll keep it right here for just a moment longer, but my goodness, a lot of anticipation going forward and just heading into tonight. I think first official sanctioned in Greene County lacrosse match here in the second year that the sport's been an official sanctioned sport by the TSSAA. I've been pleasantly surprised. I know the outcome isn't what we've wanted it to be through one half, but my goodness, it's been pretty fun. And you can just tell there's a lot of promise in the air, too. There's a lot of opportunity, I think, in the air as well. And there's plenty of potential for this sport to really get off and moving. I mean, beforehand, we saw the youth clinic being had right on the other side of this field, and you can tell there's a want, there's a desire for it here in the county. And it's been really cool to be a part of this first opening half of Boys Lax in Greene County. Yeah,
and I think if I'm not mistaken, they're building a new facility over there at Doak Elementary School, and that's where lacrosse will be played in the future. So it's cool to see that being built, but for the moment, it's awesome to see Camp Creek kind of take that initiative and be the landmark for lacrosse in Greene County at the moment.
Oh, lacrosse officially here to stay, hopefully, as well. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll give you second half action with Science Hill and South Greene. Boys lacrosse, where the Toppers lead it at the break 9-0. This is the Spotlight Game of the Week on First Horizon Green Sports Zone.
When it comes to healthcare, no one wants to feel rushed. At Abundant Healthcare Clinic in Greenville, we take the time to listen, explain, and truly care. We're a nonprofit clinic backed by 60 years of experience from Evergreen Life Services. From sports and routine physicals to common illnesses and minor injuries, we focus on you, not the clock. Call 423-278-2501 to schedule your appointment today. Abundant Healthcare Clinic. We take the time. Others don't.
So why sit on the sidelines when you could be driving a brand new Chevrolet, GMC, or Cadillac from Bachman Bernard in Greenville? Choose from the Silverado, Sierra, Terrain, Acadia, Equinox, Trax, Trailblazer, or Blazer. And wrap yourself in elegance and style while driving a Cadillac, Lyric, or the best vehicle on the planet, the Cadillac Escalade. So don't stumble, bumble, and fumble your way with other dealers. If we don't have it, we'll get it. Make the short trip to Bachman Bernard Chevrolet GMC Cadillac in Greenville, where we will save you money.
Along with Tyler Nichols, Matthew Palazzo saying hello and welcome back here from Camp Creek as we begin half number 2, first official sanctioned boys lacrosse match in Greene County. The South Greene Rebels lacrosse program trailing by 9 at the midway point. A exceptional back and forth in those first opening minutes, but a long run, as Tyler Nichols said, 3 goals in the span of 90 seconds in the middle part of that first quarter really gave Science Hill all the momentum they needed to really coast to this 9-goal first half advantage. They score 5 in that opening frame, 4 in the second to take this 9-goal lead entering the third quarter. And just about ready to get started here in this third quarter. And in spring season, it's going to be difficult just judging by the weather, Tyler. But you take a look at the upcoming schedule. This South Greene lacrosse team in action, well, their next time out after tonight, Tuesday, March 10th, against Dobbins Bennett High School at 7 o'clock right here from Camp Creek. So a quick turnaround for this team who's playing its first match since Wednesday, February 25th.
Been a long time. Scoring update, too, before we begin the second half. Greenville and Tennessee High. I think the last time we updated everybody was, night 16-3 after the first?
Yeah, I believe so.
Well, we've played 3 quarters now. Tennessee High stretched it out. 59-32.
Here we go, opening face-off of this second half. 4 12-minute quarters in the sport of boys lacrosse, and as you just found out, a 10-minute halftime as well. It's pretty lengthy halftime, but
not too bad.
Not too bad at all. Here we go, about an hour long into this game so far. Opening face-off at 7 o'clock, and this opening face-off of the second half at 8:01. You can see the Tusculum men's lacrosse team start to file in too. Hey, that's a team we need to talk about as well. They've had an exceptional season thus far. They just had a couple of milestones by a couple of sophomores, just eclipsing their 100th career point. Science Hill with it. Common thread in that first half was the possession that they controlled and really just being able to hold on to it in their attacking third made it really difficult for South Greene to get any momentum. They couldn't possess it for much of that first half, but Toppers with it inside the restraining line in drives. A bounce shot is scooped up by Tulloch. Great job there stopping it up there on the shot by Deacons. And again, we go back to how difficult the position is, but how well Tulloch has played it here tonight at midfield. The long stick midi has it taken away, and Deacons will scoop it up and waltz it right side wing. Science Hill will spin it around, leading by 9 here a minute into this second half. At the X position, working it up. Science Hill. And a shot by Nelson. Stopped up by Tulloch once again. Another shot on goal that Tulloch's able to just do what he can with. And right there prevents the 10th goal of the game from coming in.
Heard that one.
The attackman for South Greene, that's Jackson Lewis, the senior, up past midfield. First time that South Greene has had a chance to clear it here today, as they will do so. Near side, Lewis with it. Center field. Back over to Lewis, Gideon Lewis. Jackson Lewis, left side. Popped free out of the stick of Ty Wilhoit. And Science Hill will scoop it up off the turf. Reed Brown will possess it for the Toppers. The keeper swings one upfield, and the Toppers have it. A lot of this momentum early in this third quarter. It's over 9.5 to go. Center field. The pass right side for Science Hill. Nelson to the back of the crease. Running in, dodging, and right in front on the doorstep. It's Corey Thomas for goal number 10 today for Science Hill. Thomas with his first, and the first Science Hill goal of the second half. And Science Hill leads at 10-0 over South Greene. So we'll go back to the face-off dot. Jake Philbrick in for Science Hill. So we've sent a couple out there today. Rourke Burrows will return to the center circle.
So is it just a dot in the middle of the field?
Yes.
Okay.
Not sure the paint job on this one, but
I know soccer, you get a circle.
I know it's supposed to be. Nice low-to-low shot there, and Science Hill strikes immediately after the time is goal. This time it's Andrew Lamb, and my goodness, he's one away from that sock trip. 5 goals for Lamb here today. Science Hill leads it 11-0. That was an excellent shot from extended range, no less. Andrew Lamb tacks one more on to that Science Hill lead.
It's sort of the same thing over again, just like before, where they scored pretty quickly back-to-back right there within just 16 seconds. So Science Hill's scoring frequently, but not as frequently as you would think, because a lot of it comes in bunches.
And in my very and I stress the word short experience with this sport, it typically goes like that, right? It's like any other sport, like basketball. I was just watching a game the other day. I believe it was John Hopkins and who were they playing against? Maybe North Carolina, or maybe John Hopkins and Virginia. That's who it was. And they end the game, Tyler, on a 10-2 run to win it like 14-13.
Wow.
So at one point, Virginia was leading 13 to 4. They had a 9-goal lead, and in the blink of an eye, the second half, which was just controlled by John Hopkins, he completely flipped the game on its head and ended up getting a win after closing the game on a run like that. We see the first shot of the day for South Greene's Jacoby Jeppen. Stopped and creased there by Science Hill. We did have a foul, and I believe we might have another man-up opportunity here for South Greene. So another visit to the penalty box for this Science Hill ball club. I think they might have two. Okay, no, just one up on the power play here. So South Greene looking for its first goal of the day. Rourke Burrows, center field. Back to Lewis as they look to set up this offensive set. Driving in, it's Perez. Looking to avoid the shutout here on a Thursday night. Will Hoyt back up to Lewis. Lewis advancing in, one-on-one. Back to Will Hoyt, low to low, and it hits the topper player right in the midsection. But South Greene retains it. Lewis, a rifling shot, but it's left to the cage. That's one of the better looks at it.
Looks like they need more of them green nets out here.
They do. They might need them all the way across the back end line.
They're not getting that ball back.
What a shot there by Jack. He's got some real juice, Lewis. He's had a couple of good looks at it here today, just unable to find the back of the twine thus far. Science Hill, quite the run into the front. It's Nelson. It's popped out of his stick, and we've got another flag flying. And again, I think it's Sean Rayon once again. Maybe another visit to the penalty box, a possession removed from the Rebels, enjoying a man-up opportunity. And waiting here for a second. We might be going on the other side. No clear indication just yet as to who that last foul went against. Looks to be against Science Hill, though, as South Greene will now look to advance it. Your side, the long stick midi of South Greene. Gideon Lewis holds it in his right hand. It's Ty Wilhoit looking to go low to high, and it skips out the boundary line far side. Like position given here to the Rebels as Wilhoit will pick it up from the end line. Lofts one near side. Here's Lewis. Lewis looking for an opening. A pass intended for the man in the middle there in Wilhoit. And it bounces all the way out far side. Picked up on the edge there by Shull, who's a football player and a wrestler at Chuggadook High School. Quite the range there. Talk about acting range. That's athletic range. We've actually been able to call each one of his sports here this season.
All three,
The
matter
District
of fact.
2 duels. earlier this year at Greenville High School on the mats. Chuckett Oak had a few of their games as well right here on First Horizon Green Sports Zone. And, of course, here tonight, golden look at it there for Science Hill, but fortunately for the Rebels, Parker Nelson just couldn't catch up to it there at the tail end of that play. And so with 6:32 to go, Science Hill leading 11-0. It will hold possession of it. One of the more interesting press box setups here in the county at Camp Greene. You've got just the glorified house sitting right at the 50-yard line, jutting out. Makes it hard to see the near side corner. Science Hill working in, and a shot by the pole is saved by Tulloch. Good play there on defense late, too, by South Greene's Burrows, disrupting the shot. And that one was a absolute missile. Ball popped free, Science Hill possession. Toppers with space. Good look, and low to high goes Andrew Lamb, the sock trick. It's his 6th of the game.
Goal, number 8, Andrew Lamb.
The cannon for his 6th of the day, the double hattie. And with 5:45 to go, that will start the mercy roll with Science Hill leading 12-0. This is a golden look at it. He's had a couple of impressive shots so far here tonight, has Andrew Lamb, the senior at midfield for Science Hill. Burrows back to the center circle. And I believe with that whistle, we should have running clock for the rest of the game after the 12-goal lead here for Science Hill. Nearly turn it over, but scoop it up on that end line. Do the Toppers. I'll get it once again in close. A good look at it for Zane Goring, but it pops free of the stick, and Sean Rayon will scoop it up and look to send it into Ty Wilhoit. We didn't have a crowd mic there, Tyler. Never mind. Pole passes it in. Science Hill off the left side of the pipe, and good shot there by Goring. Oh, nice evasion in close there on the doorstep. And Science Hill will get goal number 13.
Topper goal, number 18, Parker Nelson.
And it's Parker Nelson. He will be the second topper to record a hat trick with his 3rd of the night. 13-0 Science Hill with the running clock in effect late 3rd quarter. Just need some points at this point.
Just need
Science
some
Hill
points.
is coming off that win over Gibbs, 13-3 last week. As a Gibbs team as well, made it to the state quarterfinal. So on a turnover, but still, you just tell the potential, the competitive nature that you knew this game was going to be heading in. Also a Gibbs team that's in the same region with South Greene over in Region 1 Single A. Of course, they'll play a couple games with Gibbs this year, Friday, March 27th, and to end the season, April 14th. It's my wife's birthday. And then you also share that region with Pigeon Forge, Sevier County, and Knox West. Now, West's a team that made it, I believe, to the Final Four last year in the state's first year for sanctioned lacrosse, but probably going to be the league favorites entering the season if I would put a number next to it. Would seemingly have West as the favorites to win it in Region 1 Single A. But other than that, Tyler, we were talking with Coach Wallace beforehand. You're talking about a wide-open league at that 2 spot. You punch your ticket to the state quarterfinals with a top 2 finish. Anything can go, especially if you have a couple of results go your way with a Gibbs or a Sevier County.
Just need to win the right ones. Hey, we're seeing that with Greenville basketball right now.
Yeah, that's right.
You just need to win the right ones.
They start the year 0-12, and they were in contention tonight to host the sub-state game. So.
And Greenville can actually do the
we got a flag at midfield here, either a substitution violation or maybe too many men in that attacking third.
And Greenville can actually make it to the state tournament by losing just the games that you can afford to lose, the district championship to Volunteer and the region championship to Tennessee. If they win sub-state, they're in state.
Yeah. Nice shot there by Lamb. And, again, those 6 goals, he's been a very special player here tonight, but a good save by Tulloch. He's had his fair shots his fair amount of shots he's had to defend here tonight. Science Hill with his 13-goal lead and 2:05 to go in the third quarter. Running clock, mercy rule, late third quarter action. Rayon laid over to defend. Tulloch going to get a stick in there on defense and knock it free. Look at Rayon driving the feet, making some room for his long stick midi. Gideon Lewis to pick it up off the turf. It's not from behind by Science Hill's Andrew Lamb, and the Toppers will possess it. Here's Lamb, center field. They're not done yet. Great exchange there, but Science Hill fails to clear it, and Lamb fires one in low, left of the cage. It'll stay Topper ball as they'll pick it up off the back end line. In close. Goal there by Zane Goring, and I was waiting on an official ruling there, so Goring just pops one in from point-blank range, the freshman with his second goal of the evening. And South Greene will take its first time out of the second half.
39,
we'll take the break as well with a minute to go. Time winding down, third quarter. Science Hill leads it 14-0.
So why sit on the sidelines when you could be driving a brand new Chevrolet, GMC, or Cadillac from Bachman Bernard in Greenville? Choose from the Silverado, Sierra, Terrain, Acadia, Equinox, Trax, Trailblazer, or Blazer. And wrap yourself in elegance and style while driving a Cadillac, Lyric, or the best vehicle on the planet, the Cadillac Escalade. So don't stumble, bumble, and fumble your way with other dealers. If we don't have it, we'll get it. Make the short trip to Bachman Bernard Chevrolet GMC Cadillac in Greenville, where we will save you money. For over 30 years, Tommy's Plumbing has proudly served the Tri-Cities with a personal touch, because we're not just plumbers, we're family. From simple faucet repairs to full plumbing repiping, we have the experience and expertise to get the job done right. We also specialize in water heater and tankless water heater installations, helping you find the perfect solution for your home. Our technicians stand behind their work and always leave your space clean and spotless. Looking for a plumber who's fast, professional, and reliable? Call Tommy's Plumbing and let our family take care of yours. So why sit on the sidelines when you could be driving a brand new Chevrolet, GMC, or Cadillac from Bachman Bernard in Greenville? Choose from the Silverado, Sierra, Terrain, Acadia, Equinox, Trax, Trailblazer, or Blazer. And wrap yourself in elegance and style while driving a Cadillac, Lyric, or the best vehicle on the planet, the Cadillac Escalade. So don't stumble, bumble, and fumble your way with other dealers. If we don't have it, we'll get it. Make the short trip to Bachman Bernard Chevrolet GMC Cadillac in Greenville, where we will save you money.
Hello and welcome back. 44 seconds left on the clock. They had to put some back as some seconds started winding down after South Greene would take its first time out of the second half. Still a sport we're all getting used to, Tyler. Not only the timeouts and, the mercy rule, when does that take effect, but just everything in between, from terminology to how you take photos as Brian Cannon is shooting away there on the sideline. You better watch out, man. Those balls are flying around here tonight.
Get one somewhere you don't want it.
I'm glad you could join us here on a Thursday night as our spring season commences here at First Horizon Green Sports Zone. I guess we trotted around the idea of picking up a game tomorrow, but my goodness, no. We got to start next week with our full slate of games, and I couldn't be more thrilled to start the spring season with some history here on the pitch with South Greene hosting Greene County's first ever sanctioned boys lacrosse match. And just glad to have you along. Here we go, 14-0 Science Hill out of the South Greene timeout. A Topper lacrosse team looking to move to 2-0 on the season. A South Greene team will fall to 0-2, but at this point in the game, just looking to avoid being shut out. An extended shot from range, and it misses for Science Hill and William Deakins. Had seen some Tusculum men's lacrosse players entering the concourse earlier on, and a nice wraparound pass there, or a shot rather, and it's scooped up by Tulloch. But an interesting brotherhood, a fraternity in its own sense that we'll get to in the course of this game, and we'll talk more about it in that fourth quarter. But just a close-knit brotherhood, these lacrosse players, the Lax boys, as they say. A shot off left of the pipe, and that is how we end the third quarter of play. We played 3 here from Camp Creek. Our score entering the fourth at Science Hill 14, South Greene 0, as you listen to the Spotlight Game of the Week on First Horizon Green Sports Zone.
Your project needs power. Williams Electric Supply has it all. Find us in Bristol, Greenville, Johnson City, and Kingsport. Our knowledgeable staff can help you with every wire, cable, switch, and electrical need. No one does electrical better. Williams Electric Supply. Your home needs lighting. Williams Electric Supply has it all. A showroom full of ideas for lighting your home for comfort. Find us in Bristol, Greenville, Johnson City, and Kingsport for unique lighting and every perfect light fixture. No one does lighting better. Williams Electric Supply.
At Heritage Community Bank, we offer local banking with local decisions. Stop by any of our 3 convenient locations and see how Heritage Community Bank can serve your needs. We're here to stay. We're not for sale. We're not merging. We're local, and we intend to stay that way. From small business banking to personalized checking accounts with online and mobile capabilities, Heritage Community Bank can take care of all your banking needs. Visit us online at hcbonline.us, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
At many dealerships, you get what you'd expect. Games, gimmicks, and shady sales tactics. At Gateway Nissan in Greenville, expect the unexpected. Low prices, convenient service, and a great buying experience.
Get our Gateway exclusive lifetime powertrain warranty.
No worries for life.
You deserve the unexpected. It's the #1 reason you gotta get to Gateway.
Shop online at gatewaynissangreenville.com.
Or take the super short drive down Highway 11E to Gateway Nissan in Greenville.
Well, let's start the fourth quarter, shall we? Science Hill leading South Greene 14-0. Science Hill with a big 13-3 win to open their season against Gibbs, threatening a shutout of South Greene here on a Thursday night. The mercy rule at a dozen goals is in effect, so a running clock will be how this fourth quarter will wind down. But history here on a Thursday with the first in-county boys sanctioned lacrosse game. Feel like it's a mouthful. You just say it's the first ever, and you'd probably be right. New face-off man here for the Rebels as we start the fourth quarter. Toppers leading by 14. They've had their fair share of dominance, both, I guess, possessing the ball and certainly at the face-off circle. I believe they've won every single face-off except for one, and the one that they lost, it was a face-off violation on their own miscue. So dominance in the face-off circle. You see it at the college level all the time. It usually spells dominance when you're able to just possess the ball for a whole lot, especially when you win this many face-offs. And it looks like they are on their way to win another, but South Greene with their first win at the dot here tonight. So as I say that, they get their first of the evening. Gideon Lewis scoops it up, and as we start the fourth quarter, we say hello, welcome back. Glad you could join us here for our Spotlight Game of the Week. We've had our fair share of interesting matches here through all levels of competition. Middle school football earlier in the fall. We had middle school soccer as well. Throughout the winter, wrestling at the high school level. All middle school basketball at the middle schools here in Greene County. Another some other, had bowling as well, another spotlight sport, and now add lacrosse to the list. Jake Philbrick will have his first goal of the game. The freshman finds the back of the twine for the first time this evening, and that brings Science Hill's lead to 15. 15-0 as the clock winds down. The running clock now at 10:50 here in this final frame. So the freshman for Science Hill makes it 15-0, and we continue to wind down here in the Rebels home opener. Still a non-conference game. Rebels competing in a classification lower than Science Hill. Science Hill in the state's largest classification of 2A. Lacrosse in general, just with those two classifications, big school and small school, as I like to see it, as you have so many sports throughout the state. But we'll have a violation here. The face-off did the Toppers, and they will advance it now, looking to continue to pour it on here late. I'm just asking for some points here late, Tyler Nichols. I know it's a win probably out of the reach, out of the ordinary here, but just want some goals late here at the South Greene team.
Yeah, we saw history. Yeah, we saw history at the first face-off. I'd love to see history with the first goal here in Greene County.
It was outside the restraining line, advancing it in. Lachlan Walls, the freshman, pushed down there.
Dang.
A South Greene defender. Toppers get it back. They have controlled the ball here, certainly in this second half, not unlike they did in that first half, but especially there in that third quarter and to start this fourth. They have possessed it for nearly all of this last quarter and a half. Shot off the mark there by Science Hill's John Eilers. Retrieved out of bounds. Toppers again with it. Tulloch has been busy and crease tonight for South Greene. He's had a plethora of saves, but a lot of shots faced. And in close on the doorstep, Zane Goring makes it a third hat trick for the Science Hill Hilltoppers. 3 goals for the freshman here tonight on the attack. 16-0, Toppers lead.
Topper goal, we think number 7, Luis Galvin Vasquez.
Public address says 7. I tend to say it was 39.
Correction, Topper goal 13, Harrison Wells.
Okay, so they say 13, Henry Wells, so no hat trick for Zane Goring. My apologies. But the goal still stands as the 16th of the night for Science Hill, a new season high in scoring for them. And the success continues at the face-off circle. A little too hasty with it as they advance it in transition. But South Greene, you can count on one hand the amount of times they've cleared it here tonight. I'd like to see one here, or at least just get it into your own attacking third. Tulloch nearly had it stripped from behind. Ty Wilhoit reaches for it, but couldn't quite corral it. And scooping it up on that far sideline, it is Jackson Lewis. Lewis trucking a defender out of bounds there. South Greene finally gets it across midfield, and possession is given to Science Hill. Coach Wall is desperately wanting a timeout. He'll get one, and we'll take one right with him. With 7:19 to go in the ball game, Science Hill leads 16-0.
Marathon Quick Stop Markets, you'll find a company that realizes that our customers are our biggest assets. We are a locally owned company, proud to serve our community. So we do everything with you in mind. We clean and sanitize our stores, provide a well-lit, monitored area to keep you and your family safe. You can always expect a friendly staff and a large selection of products with weekly specials. Stop in at a nearby Marathon Quick Stop Market today.
For over 30 years, Tommy's Plumbing has proudly served the Tri-Cities with a personal touch, because we're not just plumbers, we're family. From simple faucet repairs to full plumbing repiping, we have the experience and expertise to get the job done right. We also specialize in water heater and tankless water heater installations, helping you find the perfect solution for your home. Our technicians stand behind their work and always leave your space clean and spotless. Looking for a plumber who's fast, professional, and reliable? Call Tommy's Plumbing and let our family take care of yours.
16-0, Science Hill leading South Greene here in the fourth quarter of the Spotlight Game of the Week. A brisk evening here from Camp Creek, a game that didn't get started until 7 o'clock. A later start time here tonight. The sun having been away for all of it, and the temperature continues to plummet here in the late waning hours. Still no goals yet for South Greene here in their first home match of the season. The first home match for Greene County as they welcome in this new sport in its second season as a sanctioned sport in TSSAA. Science Hill possesses it out of the timeout. A lot of confusion, I guess, throughout the break, but possession given to Science Hill in the end. And here we go, a takeaway by Jackson Lewis. Good run there inside. Ty Wilhoit has it poked away. I thought that might have been the chance there with Ty Wilhoit moving towards the crease, but a good job late on defense by the Science Hill Hilltoppers. Off the back line is Jackson Lewis. I think this is where we get it, Tyler, I believe.
Let's go.
Oh, just nearly poked free. Chased down and received by Jacob Ross. Didn't think Ross was going to get to play today. Did get the start in the first game of the season for the Rebels. Inside a howitzer of a shot. And once again, Jackson Lewis, a good look at it, but just a few misses by a hair tonight. And my goodness, he's had a couple close calls. Increase, Reed Brown has been perfect. Has not given up any today. I think we might have a new keeper, actually, for Science Hill. Yeah, I believe we do. A new keeper for Science Hill. So their goalkeepers in general just continue to be perfect, even after Reed Brown exits the premises and his day is concluded. At the exposition, Science Hill working it around. They've had some younger guys getting some minutes here late in the waning moments of our ball game. A 16-0 lead for the Toppers. Nice drive in, a bouncer that moves off and exits the playing surface. Science Hill closest to it. They'll hold on to the ball. Around the world, they'll spin it up to Savalos. A half spin. Good dodge there by Savalos moving in. The shot whiffed it there, and it's picked up by the Toppers in the end. Pass out of bounds. It's a turnover. And South Greene will take over. Minutes winding down now, less than 5 to play. Behind crease. Gideon Lewis gets it to Tulloch. Tulloch. To Jacob Ross. Ross is swatted from behind there. He lost it. Ball still on the turf, pinballing around. It's picked up by Science Hill. He's forced out of bounds, the midfielder for the Toppers. That is Alexander Hernandez, the junior. Here we go, 4:20 to go. Not many chances remaining for South Greene if they hope to avoid this shutout here tonight. Here's Ross, good look at it. Bounced it just left of the cage. And Science Hill continues to be held scoreless despite the ripe opportunity. Thought Ross was going to be the one to lift the lid. But South Greene will have it once more. Under 4 to go. And now it's just a waiting game. We're just waiting for that first one to find the back of the strings. Lewis's stick was hit out the back of his hands, and no whistle blew the play dead. So Science Hill will then just catapult one upfield.
Hey, I kind of like whenever the goalies flick it upfield like that. It gives us some practice for potential streams this spring season.
Here's Andrew Lane. He's got 6 goals. He's looking to go behind the back here. Looking for some style points late fourth quarter.
Even though it's not one of our teams, that could have been one of Jimmy Bowman's top plays of the week.
It could have been a highlight for sure. Good play there by Ross. Pokes it free. Sean Rayon will rake it off the ground, and for a moment nearly had it. That's one way to clear the pile. Bet you can't tell his first sport. Under 3 to go. Science Hill with it. Hernandez inside the restraining line. Poked out by Tulloch. Over top the ball stands Blake Bowers. Bowers.
Dang.
Good stick there. Just lofted back out. South Greene looking for some points here. Do they get the ball back?
Oh,
big collision there between Ross and Savalos. And we got a fight in the center of the field there between the two. And the referee will have to step in and distance the two players. The clock will continue to run, or at least it should.
It will.
As the officials will get together to discuss something.
Or maybe it will not.
That was a big, big, big collision there in the center of the field.
2:28 on the clock. They did stop it.
Okay, so I believe we'll have 2 technical fouls here, at the very least 1. So both teams, an essential, we'll be playing even in the end. Even strength across with the.
While we've got the opportunity and have a break in here, I know we're watching some lacrosse action right now, but we're in the midst of the heat of basketball season.
Yes.
We mentioned the Greenville Green Devils losing to Tennessee High 77-54. They awaited the final of Fulton and Clinton. Fulton winning, but only by 2. Beating Clinton 59-57. So Greenville will go to Fulton Monday for the sectionals with a trip to the state tournament on the line.
Very close there. It could have been a result that nobody saw coming. That was a fun upset.
Well, that tends to happen once you get around region championships. We almost
We've
saw
had our fair share of
the
them
biggest upset last year, last night with Gatlinburg, Pittman, and Pigeon Forge.
Pardon. Science Hill has it, so no. And again, we face this issue where the scores table on that other side of the field, we don't know exactly what was said or the official rulings, but Science Hill will have it out of the wreckage. Andrew Lamb fires in a shot that's wide of the cage. Do we see a South Greene goal? 2 minutes left to play. They trail by 16. A very cool evening here as we welcome in the night hours in Camp Creek at the foot of the Bald Mountains. Rayon getting after it. A couple of checks. Picked up by South Greene, far sideline.
Might be able to actually hear the wind blowing in our mics right now.
Right.
Even if we don't see a goal right here by South Greene, I mean, what a historic moment for Greene County sports.
Yeah. Big time, and especially it's a bigger school, a team that's had lacrosse for 2 years already as well.
And that's something I mentioned right at the beginning of the broadcast. It's tough to play with a team that's already had that experience under their belt. So is this their 3rd season, you said? They've had 2 years already?
For Science Hill, just their 2nd season.
Okay, so this is their 2nd season.
Yeah.
So even just a year under your belt is huge. I mean, it's essentially talking about like a sophomore playing versus a freshman. So it's big to have that year under your belt. And for South Greene, I mean, you're in the same position they were last year as everybody else. You're just kind of behind the curve a little bit, but historic
just that
moment.
Familiarity with it too, especially when you factor in a lot of these South Greene kids, and Coach Wallace told me they were new to the sport in general when they tried out a couple months ago, when they started practicing less than a month ago with all the snow. So they're completely new to the sport of lacrosse. It's an entirely different sport too, a very skillful sport. As we see one of the most skilled on the field tonight, Andrew Lamb firing a shot. It's stopped up by Tulloch as Science Hill is looking to add some more, and a behind the back shot by Lamb is off to the left. Seconds winding down, under 30 to go in a 16-0 ball game. Toppers looking to pour it on. Lamb shot off the stick of Tulloch. Out of the back end line. Lamb shot off cue. And that is the final. Science Hill 16, South Greene 0. A shutout for Science Hill as South Greene falls to 0-2 here in Greene County's first ever home match in the sport's second sanctioned year in the TSSAA. So despite the results, still a historic event, still a historic outing here from Camp Creek. Still no goals yet here on the home schedule, but my goodness, Tyler Nichols glad that we could be here for the home opener for the South Greene Rebel lacrosse program.
Absolutely. It's like I've said it 10 times already, a historic moment for Greene County sports to have lacrosse as a sanctioned sport. Just unbelievable. I'm at a loss for words. I mean, you don't get to experience this often. It was a 16-0 loss. South Greene didn't score, but you're looking at a sport that could take off in 50 years, and we were here for the very beginning in the county. It's awesome. It's amazing. It's wonderful. And it's just cool to be out here and see lacrosse played as a sanctioned sport in Greene County and in the state of Tennessee and only its second year. So it's incredible.
And we've talked about it too. North Greene and the county schools. I bring up North Greene because it's the one that I've heard of more recently. But a school that's had basketball for 60 years for the boys, a little bit less than that for the girls. But some people were there for that sport's inception at North Greene High School, right? And some of those people are still alive today. And it's just cool being a part of it, like you said, here in the first year in Greene County of boys lacrosse. So not the way you wanted it to end tonight, obviously. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll issue our final thoughts from Camp Creek, where your final stands. Science Hill 16, South Greene 0.
In Greenville, we blend beauty with Southern charm.
From sharp cuts to flawless color and perfect extensions, we make dream hair real.
As milkshake experts, we deliver exclusive treatments, glosses, and pro product advice. Finish your look with nails and waxing done with care.
Relax and recharge with our signature Japanese head spa.
Come experience the Main Brand difference.
At the Main Brand Hair Company,
we wrangle your tangles.
At Food City, we make it easy for you to shop your way. Order online and pick it up curbside, or have it delivered straight to your door with Instacart or DoorDash. Nobody does food like Food City. And now, get it straight from our doors to yours.
Value every day, Food City.
And we welcome you back to a windy and increasingly cool Camp Creek Elementary School, where South Greene has played its first ever Greene County sanctioned lacrosse match here in the county, and they fall to Science Hill 16-0. Punching up a weight class tonight, Science Hill victorious. They move to 2-0 after getting a couple big wins and their first shutout of the season tonight. A 13-3 win to open their year against Gibbs, and a big 16-0 win over South Greene tonight. They will play at home. They'll have a couple days off, 19 days before they will play host to the Asheville School Tuesday, March 24th. But Science Hill at a Class 2A looking pretty dominant here tonight. They'll have a tough run of the region with Dobbins, Bennett, Farragut, Maryville also in that region. But they look good, and they were the better team here tonight as they get the 16-0 victory. South Greene, meanwhile, they will fall to 0-2 on the season after losses to West and Science Hill tonight. West, a team that made it to the state quarters last year. Science Hill, who knows, here in year number 2 under Coach Chris Dockery for the Science Hill Hilltoppers. And here in one moment, Tyler Nichols will ask you to go through the scoring recap with that second half, But here's your goal scorers for Science Hill. Jake Philbrick, Corey Thomas, and John Eilers with a goal apiece. You had a double hattie for Andrew Lamb, a sock trick, 6 goals for the senior. You had a goal each from William Deakins and Henry Wells. You had a hat trick for Parker Nelson, 3 goals for the senior. You had 2 goals from Zane Goring to complete Science Hill's total of 16. They outscore South Greene 5-0 in that third quarter and 2-0 in the running clock fourth quarter. Tyler Nichols, run us through the events of that second half in the scoring recap.
Yeah, 9-0 at the half. Thomas comes out with a goal, 9:22 left. And I mentioned it in the first. You had 2 spurts right there where they scored 3 goals in a minute and 15, and then they scored 2 within a minute, and they scored 2 within 41 seconds. They come out they score one with 9:22 left, and then they score another just 16 seconds later. I think you even mentioned it. Just being able to win that duel in the middle of the field is big, and Science Hill was able to do that, take it right back down the pitch and score again. Lamb scored his 6th goal for that double hattie, that sock trick, with 5:45 left, and that started your running clock. After that, Nelson got a hat trick of his own to make it 13-0, and then you had Zane Goring 14-0 at the end of 3, and then you had Philbrick and Wells with goals in the 4th to make it 15 and 16-0.
Thank you for our score and recap, Tyler Nichols. And for us, that's just about wrapped up. Spring season officially underway here at First Horizon Greene Sports Zone. The first spotlight game of the week, and it's on the pitch, and it is boys lacrosse for Greene County's first ever home lacrosse match here in the sport's second sanctioned season under TSSAA. I mean, was excited to bring it in 2 years ago, and they brought in 2 additional sports. Even more exciting to be a part of a match like this firsthand. And as South Greene starts its season co-oping with Greenville and Chucky Oak to really bring this sport to life as the Rebels get their season started. And I know a lot of those kids are excited. I know Coach Wallace is excited. A lot of these fans were excited too as we said hello to a brand new sport. And we'll wrap it up here on a Thursday night. For our color analyst and our producer, Tyler Nichols, I'm Matthew Palazzo saying so long, good night, and God bless from Camp Creek.